morning. I'm Laura Myers, the lay leader of Crawford Memorial. And today is Laity Sunday, when we celebrate the ministry of the laity. Despite the pandemic and feelings of loneliness and isolation, we have connected with each other with emails, prayer groups, and Zoom meetings, and reached out to our neighbors in new ways. The theme for today is presence, God's abiding and constant presence, not a random force-like presence that just is. This is an intimate presence, a personal presence, a presence that knows your name. What a proclamation to bring this week. You are known. This morning, we are blessed to have Sue DiMarzo give a message based on these ideas in the scripture.
Oh, sing to the Lord, sing a new song. Sing to the Lord, sing all the earth. Sing to the Lord and bless his name. Share his salvation day to day. Tell of his glory in the nations. Marvelous works among all people. For great is the Lord and great to praise, to be revered above all gods. For all the people's gods are idols. God made the heavens and the earth, honor and majesty before him, strength and beauty in his temple. Ascribe to the Lord of families, ascribe to the Lord glory and strength, ascribe to the Lord his glory due him. Bring an offering, come to his courts, worship the Lord in holy splendor, tremble before him all the earth. Say to the lands, the Lord is king, the world is set, it won't be moved, and he will judge the people fairly. Let heavens be glad, the earth rejoice, let the sea roar and all its life, let fields exult and all that's in them. Then shall all the trees in the forest sing before the Lord, for he is come, for he is coming to judge the earth. He'll judge the world with righteousness and judge the peoples with his truth. He'll judge the peoples with his truth.
Sing God a brand new song. Earth and everyone in it sing. Sing to God, worship God. Shout the news of his victory from sea to sea. Take the news of his glory to the lost, news of his wonders to one and all. For God is great and worth 1,000 hallelujahs. His terrible beauty makes the gods look cheap. Pagan gods are mere tatters and rags. God made the heavens. Royal splendor radiates from him. A powerful beauty sets him apart. Bravo, God, bravo! Everyone join in the great shout, encore! In awe before the beauty, in awe before the might. Bring gifts and celebrate. Bow before the beauty of God. Then to your knees, everyone worship.
Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Take my hands and let it move at the impulse of Thy love. Take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for Thee. Take my voice and let me sing, always only for my King. Take my lips and let them be filled with messages from Thee. Take my still word and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. Take my intellect and use every power as Thou shalt choose. Take my will and make it Thine. It shall be no longer mine. Take my heart, it is Thine own. It shall be Thy royal throne. Take my love, my Lord, unfold, at Thy feet its treasures roll. Take myself and I will be ever only all for Thee.
Good morning, everybody. Jessica here, and well, it's pretty early on Sunday morning. I'm not ready for church yet, actually. I got my coffee. I'm reading my newspaper still. Well, you know what? Today's a Laity Sunday, so this is the day that as United Methodists, we celebrate the fact that everybody really is a minister, not just the people that look like it. You can see I don't really look like a minister right now. I've got my onesie on still, and you're visiting me, of course, in my kitchen. Now, I am a minister. If you wait till the end of the video, you'll see the little crawl line that says Jessica Rubenstein, minister, blah, 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 blah. Or you can go on my LinkedIn and you'll see I went to divinity school. All those things, though, while they make you a certain kind of minister, the United Methodists believe that really we're all ministers. And I just came across an interesting article that made me think about the fact that we're all ministers. And I think this will really resonate with some of you kids. This article is about schoolwork and grades and applying to schools like colleges and how much things have changed because of COVID. And what this article basically says is that, well, I'll just read it to you. It says, a high score on the MCAS or the SAT is out. A COVID epiphany is in. Epiphany, that's a religious word. An epiphany is something that we usually think of as kind of coming from God, an epiphany, like the epiphany that it seems like Paul had when he was knocked off his horse and realized he needed to follow Jesus. It sounds to me like even right now, schools understand that what is truly important is what we would call being a minister. This article talks about how even helping with your family right now, taking care of your relatives, taking care of yourself, these are all things that they're more interested in right now than they're interested in your grades. That doesn't mean, of course, that you should not try to get good grades, but it does suggest that even the colleges right now and the schools understand that what's really important is the ministry that all of us provide to each other and to ourselves in this time. So I think it's just fascinating that that we are at a point where one of the places that most suggests often that that if you work hard enough, you'll be good. Even now, they're understanding that it isn't how it works. Being good is a gift that each of us has, and it's a gift from God. It's the Spirit at work in us, and it's very important that we recognize this and that we act on it. And it's even important, I think, that we know that schools right now care about this part of us too. So happy Laity Sunday. Go out, be the minister that you are meant to be and that you are. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Moses said to God, "Look, you tell me, lead this people, but you don't let me know whom you're going to send with me. You tell me, I know you well, and you are special to me. If I'm so special to you, let me in on your plans. That way I will continue being special to you. Don't forget, this is your people, your responsibility." God said, "My presence will go with you. I'll see the journey to the end." Moses said, "If your presence doesn't take the lead here, call this trip off right now. How else will it be known that you're with me in this, with me and your people? Are you traveling with us or not? How else will we know that we're special, I and your people, among all other people on this planet Earth?" God said to Moses, "All right, just as you say, this also I will do, for I know you well, and you are special to me. I know you by name." Moses said, "Please, let me see your glory." God said, "I will make my goodness pass right in front of you. I'll call out the name God right before you. I'll treat well whomever I want to treat well, and I'll be kind to whomever I want to be kind." God continued, "But you may not see my face. No one can see me and live." God said, "Look, here is a place right beside me. Put yourself on this rock. When my glory passes by, I'll put you in the cleft of the rock and cover you with my hand until I've passed by. Then I'll take my hand away and you'll see my back, but you won't see my face."
Good morning. I have a question for you. During this past few months, have you ever turned to God and asked, "What's going on? Where are you? And where am I supposed to go from here?" I know I have, and I think a lot of other people have too. When Laura asked me to give a testimony this morning. She said she would like it to be focused on the Old Testament story in Exodus chapter 33, verses 12 to 23. In this Bible story, we meet Moses, who has just encountered God in the burning bush and is trying to follow God's instructions and lead his people out of slavery in Egypt to the promised land. Moses has just come down from the mountaintop with the tablets containing the 10 Commandments to find his people had given up on God and had gone back to their old ways and even made a golden calf to worship. Moses is discouraged, to put it mildly. He's also frightened, facing an unknown future, questioning who will go with him, and he wants the assurance that God is with him. Moses asks those same questions I sometimes ask when I'm discouraged. Okay, God, what's going on? Where are you? And where do I go from here? Like Moses, today in this unusual and difficult times, I find myself unsettled, sometimes anxious, trying to follow God into unfamiliar territory. And like Moses, I want the assurance that my prayers are heard, that God is with me, and that all will be well. That assurance doesn't come easily or quickly enough for me sometimes, but I've learned to listen and look and to recognize and appreciate the many ways God's presence is made known. During this time of social isolation, I've received great comfort from God's gifts in nature. Long walks in the sunlight and fresh air have helped me to breathe out tension and stress and breathe in peace. Walking around Horn Pond, noticing all the birds and wildlife, and now the beauty of the changing seasons has been renewing. I really enjoy seeing other people walking, especially the little children walking with their families. In my many years as director of the nursery school here at Crawford, I was used to interacting with little children, seeing them 5 days a week. I miss their presence in my life. I miss the stories they would tell me, their energy, their laughter and joy. Recently, when walking at the pond, I saw a little girl being pushed in a carriage coming towards me. As soon as she saw me, she enthusiastically started waving hello. And immediately I waved back with the same enthusiasm. We didn't know each other, and I know she couldn't see my smile beneath my mask, but I could tell she was as happy to see me as I was to see her. In nature and in the smiles of little children, I am reminded that God is with me. The beautiful weather has also made it possible to gather with family and friends outside. A backyard cookout or coffee with a few friends to catch up with them makes me feel less isolated. We can visit out of doors together safely and responsibly. I meet each week with the women's group at church, usually on Wednesday. We bring our own chairs and coffee, or in my case, chai, and find a spot on the church grounds to sit socially distanced and be together. We usually share some part of the upper room devotions and say a prayer for those people and things we are concerned about. I've been a part of this group for many years. These women know me. They know me well and have loved and supported me in my faith journey. They are evidence to me of God's promise to us spoken to Moses. I know your name. My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest. Like many of you, I miss going to church, worshiping together in person and sharing and catching up at coffee hour. I miss singing the familiar hymns and the inspiration and comfort they give. But through technology and the dedication of many members of our church who put all the pieces together, we can come together remotely and experience a different kind of worship. It's been wonderful to get together and worship at the outdoor services, and I really appreciate all the work it takes to make sure people who can't make it to the outdoor service can also worship with us remotely. Everyone is included. Whether we're outside, inside, or on Zoom, loving people of faith still gather. We journey on together with God to make His presence known to the world. God is with us. Things aren't going to change anytime soon. I know it'll take a while for science to come up with a vaccine, and while I wait, I wear a mask, stay socially distanced, and continue to learn and appreciate just how close God is. Sometimes it's the love of a friend, sometimes a walk at the pond, or sometimes the enthusiastic wave and smile of a child that lets me know God is with us. Amen.
send a son from this place, Lord. Without your presence, we need your presence. Don't send a son from this place, Lord. Without your presence, we need your presence. For how will the nations know that we found favor in your sight? How will the nations know your heart if it's not in mine? So have your way, and I won't resist you. Have your way, I'll give it all to you. Fill us, Lord. Fill us with the presence of Christ. Don't send a son from this place, Lord. Without your presence, we need your presence. Send a son from this place, Lord. Without your presence, we need your presence. For how will the nations know that we found favor in your sight? How will the nations know your heart if it's not in mine? So have your way, and I won't resist you. Have your way, I'll give it all to you. Fill us, Lord, fill us with the presence of Christ. Let your goodness pass before our eyes. Declare to us your name. Let us see your glory, Lord. We want to know you. We want to walk in your way. Let your goodness pass before our eyes. Declare to us your name. Let us see your glory, Lord. We want to know you. We want to walk in your ways. For how will the nations know that we found favor in your sight? How will the nations know your heart if it's not in mine? So have your way, and I won't resist you. Have your way, I'll give it all to you. Fill us, Lord, fill us with the presence of Christ.
Hi, y'all. My name is Ree. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm 20 years old.
My name is Lauren. I use she, her pronouns, and I am 19 years old.
And we are members of the Crawford Church in Winchester, Mass. And we're just here to do a little video about why we really appreciate this church and what it has done for us and how we've grown with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you want, you can say why and how you got here, and then I can.
Yeah, so I started going to this church with a mutual friend, and I quickly grown attached to the people in it, along with the youth group leaders and overall just like the people in the community there.
Yeah. I started going with a mutual friend as well. But I stayed because I just related to so many people in the group, and it just felt great to have like this little group that I could talk to about anything and not really feel judged and just feel good. And I think that's like the whole thing about like why we go to Crawford is everyone there is so nice to us, and like they listen, they don't judge us, they just love us. Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I also feel like the church has done incredible with, you know, protests that's been going on and different discussions and helping the people with the community, and overall just being really active and being really well organized and well done overall.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, in my years at the church, we've done food drives, coat drives. We've gone to Pride, but we've also had other like heavy discussions about like what's going on in the world right now. And I think that's really important to talk it out with different people, but in a civilized way. And that's always how it is at Crawford. Like it's always a conversation. It's not an argument. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like young people would really benefit from the Crawford Church because it is another outlet to talk to people and get to know people in their situations and learn how to get support from other people and give support to yourself, because I definitely learned how to do some self-loving in these years at Crawford.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I feel like Crawford provides the community that, you know, we need as younger folks, that we get to hear other people's sides and other people's stories, and we're all just respectful of each other, and we all just learn from each other and educate each other and love each other mostly. Like, it's really just about love and making other people happy and staying healthy and all of that fun stuff. And I mean, there's good food there and they take care of us. It's great. So really,
Oh yeah,
it's the best.
it's a
Yeah,
good place to be.
absolutely. We love Crawford, so
We love Crawford.
yeah.
All right. Thank
All right.
you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for listening, you guys.
We return to God a portion of what has been given to us for God's work in our shared ministry. Friends and members are asked to prayerfully consider giving in support of Crawford's ministries and operations. You can give electronically by clicking the button in the weekly messenger or on our website, or you can mail a check to 34 Dick Street, Winchester, Mass. 01890. Thank you.